last video, and this video entails connecting the lead wires to the electrodes. What we're going to be doing is we're going to start by collecting the lead wires to the lower right extremity. So you're going to begin with your right leg. So with these leads, you have to take it has a little area, little clamp that snaps on and off. When it's up, it's in the open position. When it's closed, it's in the lock position. So what you need to do is put it surface with the electrode, place it on there, and then you would clamp it in place like that. And you would do that on your right lower and your left lower. Make sure that you place that clamp in the lock position so they remain in place. Same thing with your upper extremities, right arm. Clamp it in place. Also left for your left side, and then you clamp it in place. Now you have your V wires. And on these V wires, as you can see, they are different colors. So on the V wires, you also have where they are located and where they need to go. So we're going to start with V1, which is your red. And then you'll clamp it in place. V2 is your yellow. You're going to clamp it in place. I'm going to come around, and as you can see, we're going to continue clamping these wires in place. So now I need to get the 3, and it's right here. Clamp it in place. V4 is blue. And you're going to be doing this, providing as much as privacy that you can for your patient. V5 and V6. Making sure that all of them are secure and clamped in place. At the same time, your EKG machine is on. You have your date, time that you have it in place. And at the same time, once it starts to synthesizing and picking up your patient, you're going to be checking your patient radio pulse to make sure that it's coincide with your EKG machine. Now, with your leads in place, and you're going to encourage your patient to lie as possibly still as they can, not moving, because if they move, then the EKG machine picks up that, and it'll be, labeled as artifact on your EKG. So next, you're going to hit the EKG button, and at that time it's going to synthesize, and at the same time it's going to be pulling in the information. It's going to go to another screen. But let me go back and just say this: once you get all your EKG tabs and your lead wires in place and everything is proper position, it's going to show on the screen as green, meaning that everything is ready to go and you're ready to perform your EKG. So once you have that screen that pops up here, you're going to have the demographics that you have to put in place. That's going to include your medical records name, the patient last and first name, their date of birth, whether they are male or female, and also any other comments that you need to add. And at that time, that's where you can add information related to, diagnosis that is pertinent for the patient's condition. You'll add that, whether they have a heart condition, COPD, whatever, that may be conducive to whatever's going on with the patient. And at that time, you can press the button, auto EKG, and it's going to run the EKG for your patient. Now, with that being said, once it runs, it's going to print out a paper here that's going to give you this patient's heart rhythm. And at that time, also, you can have the option, it is best that you run a second copy. The first copy, you can use it for the doctor, and your second copy can go in the patient's record, because they're going to need it, because once the patient leave your area or go back to the floor, they need to have information about that EKG on the patient's chart. After then the EKG is complete, Then you will go through the process of removing all the leads. And you just lift this clamp and pull it off, lock it in place. And as you see, it's just as simple as lifting up on the clamp and removing the wire. That's everything up top. And then do your legs. Same process, removing them. Okay, once you have removed all of the lead wires from your patient, these have to be clean. You can use a sandy wipes, because what happened is you have just contacted with this patient, and you want to make sure that this is clean before moving on to your next patient. So make sure that you know that you need to clean these between use from one patient to the next. And also remember to disconnect it from the wall outlet, and make sure that the wiring goes back in the storage place, because you don't want this to hang down where anybody can trip on it. And also, this is readying it for the next person, because if you fail to remove it from the outlet and come in and attach it to another patient, it's going to run the previous report from the previous patient instead of running it for your new patient. And with that being said, you set it to the side. The final thing that you need to do is remove the electrodes. So it doesn't matter which order that you remove them in, but you need to remove them, and you can put them back on the actually little tapering paper that they came off of. But remember, these things are really sticky, so you need to make sure that you use alcohol preps to help remove any of the additional adhesive to your patient's skin. You want to make sure that you clean your patient's skin back up, and make sure that they're clean and not have all this excessive sticky glue to them. And with that being said, you also need to cover your patient back up, make sure that they're comfortable, and take your EKG paperwork and store it on the chart and provide it to the nurse or physician who has ordered the EKG. And that's the end of our demonstration of doing the EKG monitor.